Do cats miss their owners? Discover if your cat still thinks about you when you're away. You walk in after a few days away, and your cat doesn't just glance, he stares. He follows, meows, and rubs against you, like he missed you. But aren't cats supposed to be independent? That's what we've always heard. But science tells a different story. In this video, you'll discover 9 subtle signs your cat truly misses you when you're gone, and what you can do to help them feel safe, calm, and connected, even when life takes you away. Because the signs are there. You just have to know how to read them. Sign 1. Changes in sleep and appetite. You come home and notice your cat hasn't touched his food. Or maybe he's sleeping even more than usual, barely moving from one warm spot to the next. It's easy to assume he's just being, well, a cat. But here's what most people don't realize. Cats can suffer from separation anxiety, and one of the first places it shows up is in their most basic needs, eating and resting. Unlike dogs, who often express distress loudly, cats internalize stress. They may lose interest in food when you're gone, or overcompensate by sleeping all day as a way to emotionally shut down. This isn't laziness, it's self-preservation. In fact, studies on feline behavior show that prolonged separation from a bonded human can lead to what's called disruption of behavioral routines. That includes disrupted eating patterns, altered sleep cycles, and general listlessness. And here's the heartbreaking part. You might never notice because these changes are so gradual, so quiet. What to look for? Has your cat left food in the bowl for more than a day? Does he sleep even more than usual, especially when you're not home? These subtle shifts could be his way of saying, I miss the one who makes me feel safe. What to do? If you know you'll be away, try to maintain as much routine as possible. Leave meals pre-portioned. Ask your sitter to feed at the usual times, and keep lighting and temperature stable. Most importantly, leave something that smells like you, a worn shirt or a blanket. Your scent is not just familiar, it's comfort. Because while cats may be independent by nature, their emotional bond with you runs far deeper than most people imagine. Sign 2. They follow you everywhere when you return. You walk into the room, and there they are. You go to the kitchen, and your cat follows. You sit on the couch. He jumps up beside you. You head to the bathroom, still there. It might feel funny at first, like your cat has suddenly become your furry little shadow, but this isn't random behavior. When cats follow you from room to room after you've been gone, it's a strong sign of emotional reattachment. They're not just curious, they're checking on you, making sure you're really back, that you're not going to disappear again. Feline attachment is often underestimated, but studies have shown that cats can form secure and insecure bonds with their owners, just like children with their caregivers. A cat who follows you closely after time apart may be expressing a combination of relief, affection, and even a bit of anxiety. Think of it like this. I've missed you, and now I don't want to lose you again. Unlike dogs, cats don't jump or bark in excitement. Their loyalty is quieter, but no less intense. What to look for? Does your cat trail behind you, sit by your feet, or wait outside the bathroom door? These are all subtle but powerful signs of attachment and reassurance-seeking behavior. What to do? Don't push them away. Even if you're tired or busy, take a few minutes to reconnect. Speak to them in a calm tone. Give them gentle pets. Let them feel your presence again. Even just sitting quietly near them can help rebuild that emotional bridge they've been waiting to cross. Because in their eyes, your return isn't just the end of your trip. It's the moment the world feels right again. If any of this feels familiar, and you're starting to see your cat in a new light, take a second to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. We share science-backed, heartwarming cat content every single week to help you connect even deeper with your feline companion. Sign 3. Sleeping on your clothes or personal items. You come home to find your cat curled up on your sweater, or maybe it's your pillow, or the laundry basket full of clothes you wore before leaving. It might seem like a cozy coincidence, but in the feline world, this is one of the clearest signs of emotional connection. Cats have an incredibly powerful sense of smell, over 20 times more sensitive than ours. To them, your scent is more than just familiar, it's safety. When you're away, your cat may seek out anything that smells like you to cope with your absence. Sleeping on your clothing isn't about comfort, it's about closeness. It's their quiet way of staying connected to you when you're not physically there. In behavioral terms, this is known as scent bonding. Cats associate your smell with positive experiences, food, warmth, affection, protection. So when you're gone, your scent becomes a substitute for your presence. What to look for? Is your cat suddenly obsessed with your dirty laundry? Do they nap on your bed, your shoes, your side of the couch while you're away? That's not a random choice. It's intentional scent-seeking behavior. What to do? Before you leave home, especially for more than a day, place a recently worn t-shirt or blanket in their favorite resting spot. Don't wash it. Let it carry your natural scent. This simple act can be incredibly soothing to a cat dealing with separation. It reminds them, even in your absence, you still exist, you're coming back. Because to your cat, your scent isn't just something they recognize, it's something they trust. Sign 4. Excessive meowing when you return. You open the door, and your cat starts talking. Not just a simple meow, but a full-on conversation. Long meows, short chirps, even trills you've never heard before. It might sound cute, or even overwhelming, but this vocal flood isn't random. It's communication. Cats don't meow at each other in adulthood. That sound is reserved almost entirely for us. So when your cat suddenly becomes a chatterbox the moment you walk in the door, what they're saying is simple. You were gone, I noticed, and I have a lot to say about it. Excessive meowing after an absence can mean several things. They're expressing relief, telling you off, catching you up, or just trying to reconnect. Each tone and pitch may carry different emotional weight: frustration, happiness, confusion, or anxiety. And while it might sound like noise, to them, it's a heartfelt message you're finally back. What to look for? Is your cat quiet most of the time but suddenly vocal when you return? Do they follow you while meowing, pause when you respond, then meow again? That's not random, it's dialogue. What to do? Talk back. Seriously, use a soft, calm tone. Say their name. Respond with gentle phrases like, I missed you too, or I'm home now. Even if they don't understand the words, they recognize the emotion behind them. This back-and-forth exchange builds trust and reassures your cat that their feelings matter, because sometimes all they need to hear is your voice again, and sometimes that's all it takes for them to feel whole. Sign 5. Destructive or unusual behavior when you're gone. You return home and something feels off. A pillow has been clawed open, a plant mysteriously tipped over, scratch marks on the curtains, a roll of toilet paper shredded like confetti. At first, you might laugh or feel annoyed, but here's what most people don't realize. Destructive behavior in cats is often a cry for help. When a cat suddenly starts acting out while you're away, it can be a sign of stress, frustration, or emotional imbalance, commonly linked to separation anxiety. Cats are creatures of habit. When their routine is disrupted, especially when the human they trust disappears, they may react in ways that seem out of character. Scratching, knocking things over, or eliminating outside the litter box are just a few ways they may try to release built-up stress. And no, it's not revenge. Cats aren't being bad when they act this way. They're trying to self-soothe in an environment that suddenly feels unstable. What to look for? Does your cat scratch furniture that was previously untouched? Do they seem hyperactive or restless when you return? Are you finding damage in spots they normally ignore? These are signs of emotional distress, not mischief. What to do? The best remedy is environmental enrichment. Before leaving, set up interactive toys, treat dispensing puzzles, window perches, or cat-safe plants. Make their space dynamic so your absence doesn't translate into boredom or anxiety. Also, consider leaving ambient sound, soft music, white noise, or even your voice recorded. This background presence can offer calm when the world feels too quiet. Because when cats act out, they're not asking for punishment, they're asking for comfort. Have you ever noticed one of these signs in your own cat? Maybe that sudden burst of meowing when you walk in the door, or the way they sleep on your clothes while you're gone. Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else realize, my cat loves me more than I thought. Sign 6. Waiting by the door or window. There's something both beautiful and heartbreaking about a cat sitting silently by the door, or perched on a windowsill, staring out at nothing for hours. It's easy to think they're just watching birds or soaking in the sun. And yes, cats love a good window view. But if this behavior becomes more intense while you're gone, or happens right before you usually come home, your cat might not be watching the world. They might be waiting for you. Cats have a strong internal clock. They recognize patterns, sounds, even the timing of footsteps in the hallway. If your cat often positions themselves near the door or window during your usual return time, that's not coincidence. That's expectation. And when you break that pattern, they don't know where you went or when you'll return. So they wait, silently, faithfully, hopefully. What to look for? Does your cat sit near the door around the same time each day? Do they perk up at hallway sounds or react to keys jingling outside? Do they stare out the window longer when you're away? These are all signs of anticipatory behavior, deeply rooted in attachment and routine. What to do? Consider installing a pet camera near their favorite waiting spot. Some cameras let you speak through them. And yes, many cats do respond to their human's voice, even through a speaker. You can also leave small arrival cues at home, like a lamp that turns on at your usual return time, or soft music that starts playing in the evening. These consistent signals help your cat feel like you're still part of their world, even when you're not physically present. Because for a cat who trusts you, your absence creates a space, but your return fills it completely. Sign 7. Over-affectionate behavior upon your return. You walk in the door, and before you've even put your keys down, your cat is all over you, rubbing against your legs, headbutting your hand, purring like a motor, non-stop. He follows you to the couch, jumps on your lap the moment you sit, closes his eyes, presses into you and stays, almost as if he's afraid you'll vanish again. This isn't just routine affection. This is reunion. When cats display over-affectionate behavior after you return, it's often a powerful emotional release. It's their version of a welcome home hug, mixed with relief, gratitude, and maybe even a touch of reproach. Studies in feline psychology have shown that some cats form what's known as secure base attachment with their humans, a bond so strong that your presence actually regulates their stress levels. So when you're gone, the balance tips. And when you come back, it resets. But before they settle, they need to reconnect, physically, emotionally, energetically. What to look for? Is your cat suddenly clingy only after you've been away? Do they need, drool, or follow you more intensely than usual? Do they vocalize and demand your full attention? These are classic signs of deep feline affection, not neediness, not manipulation, but true emotional closeness. What to do? Let them have that moment. Sit down, slow down. Offer gentle strokes, speak softly. Let them find your rhythm again. This is their way of rebuilding the invisible thread between you, a ritual of reunion that tells them you're safe again. Because in your absence, their world felt just a little emptier. And now that you're back, they just need to feel whole again. In your scent, your voice, your presence. Sign 8. Litter box issues or inappropriate elimination. You walk into a room, and there it is, a wet spot on the floor, maybe even on your bed, your laundry, or your suitcase. It's upsetting, no doubt. Your cat has never done this before. And suddenly you're wondering, is it revenge? Is he mad at me? Here's the truth, and it might surprise you. Inappropriate elimination is rarely about defiance. It's often a sign of emotional distress. When a cat pees outside the litter box, especially after a period of separation, it can be a reaction to anxiety, insecurity, or a disrupted sense of territory. Cats are incredibly scent-oriented animals. By marking with urine, they're trying to reclaim comfort, not create conflict. It's their way of blending your scent with theirs, an emotional coping mechanism that says, I feel disconnected. I want to feel safe again. What to look for? Is your cat peeing on objects that smell like you? Does the behavior happen only when you're away or just after you return? Are they using the litter box normally otherwise? If the answer is yes, this isn't a health issue. It's a heart issue. What to do? First, rule out medical problems with a vet, always the first step. But if the vet gives the all clear, focus on their emotional environment. Keep the litter box impeccably clean in a quiet and stress-free spot. Use calming diffusers or pheromone sprays. And again, leave scent cues from you while you're away. A worn shirt, a pillowcase, even your unwashed blanket can make a difference. Because sometimes, when your cat breaks the rules, he's actually breaking down emotionally, not to punish you, but to reach out to you. Sign 9. Kitten-like regression, needing suckling, clingy behavior. You're lying on the couch and suddenly, your adult cat climbs onto your lap and begins to knead, rhythmically, insistently, like a kitten. Maybe he starts suckling on a blanket, your sleeve, or even your skin. He closes his eyes, purrs softly, paws moving in a slow, familiar pattern, and for a moment, it's like time rewinds. This behavior is called kitten-like regression, and it often appears when a cat is feeling emotionally vulnerable, especially after time apart. Kneading, suckling, and overly clingy behavior aren't just cute quirks. They're rooted in early kittenhood, when these actions were linked to comfort, safety, and maternal bonding. So when an adult cat suddenly starts doing this more often, especially after you return home, he's not just being affectionate. He's trying to reclaim a sense of emotional security. What to look for? Does your cat knead or suckle more than usual after you come back from a trip? Does he climb on you at night, follow you from room to room, or demand constant closeness? These behaviors are often signs that your cat is still emotionally recalibrating. He missed you deeply and now needs to re-establish that safe bond. What to do? Welcome it. Don't scold, push away, or laugh it off. Let him knead. Let him press into you. Offer warm contact, calm speech, and slow eye blinks, that feline I love you signal. This isn't about dependence. It's about healing, because for your cat, your return isn't just physical, it's emotional reconnection. And sometimes, the softest paws carry the loudest messages. Practical solutions. How to help your cat when you're away. Now that you've learned the signs your cat may be missing you, let's talk about what you can actually do to make that absence less painful for both of you. Because the goal isn't just to spot the problem, it's to build trust, even when you're not home. Here are 3 simple but powerful strategies to help your cat feel safe, calm, and connected, even in your absence. Create predictability. Cats thrive on routine. Try to keep feeding times, lighting, and daily rhythms as consistent as possible, even when you're away. If someone is watching your cat, ask them to follow your usual schedule. A predictable environment reduces anxiety and preserves emotional balance. Stimulate their world. Mental and physical stimulation is key. Leave out puzzle toys, interactive feeders, climbing spaces, cardboard boxes, or catnip-filled plushies. Place a perch by a window for visual stimulation. You can even set up a playlist of nature sounds or soft music specifically designed for cats. A bored cat becomes a stressed cat. A curious, engaged cat stays mentally balanced. Leave a piece of you. Before leaving, place an unwashed t-shirt, pillowcase, or scarf in their favorite resting spot. Your scent is a powerful emotional anchor. It says, "I was here, I'm coming back." Some owners even record themselves speaking softly and play it once a day through a pet speaker. It might sound small, but to a cat who loves you, it can mean the world. These are not just tips, they are acts of emotional care, proof that even when you're far, your love stays close. Because when it comes to cats, being present isn't always about being physically there. It's about leaving behind comfort, signals, and connection that say, "You're not alone." Still have questions about how your cat feels when you're not around? You're not alone. Many cat owners wonder the same. Let's answer some of the most common questions to help you better understand and support your feline friend. Frequently asked questions. How long can I leave my cat alone? Adult cats can usually handle up to 24-48 hours alone, but that doesn't mean they enjoy it. Beyond basic needs like food and water, cats need mental stimulation and emotional stability. If you'll be gone more than a day, arrange for a sitter, a friend, or a cat care service to check in. Do kittens miss their owners differently? Yes, kittens are more emotionally vulnerable. They're in a critical bonding phase, and your absence can trigger stress much faster than in adult cats. You may notice more vocalizing, clinginess, or changes in appetite. If you must leave, be sure to offer extra scent cues and keep them in a safe, enriched space. Can adopting a second cat help? In some cases, yes, but it depends on the personality and age of your cat. Some cats benefit greatly from feline companionship, while others prefer their solitude. If your cat shows signs of loneliness, consult a vet or behaviorist before introducing a second cat, and always do so gradually. Are some breeds more attached? Absolutely. Breeds like Siamese, Ragdolls, Burmese, and Maine Coons are known for forming strong emotional bonds with their humans. They're more likely to follow you, vocalize, and show signs of missing you when you're away. That said, every cat is unique. Attachment is more about individual bonding than breed alone. Will a pet camera with my voice help? Surprisingly, yes. Some cats respond well to hearing their owner's voice through a pet cam or speaker, especially if they associate it with comfort. Just be mindful. For very anxious cats, it could cause confusion. Start slow, observe their reaction, and use it as a tool for reassurance, not a replacement for your presence. So now you know, your cat doesn't just tolerate you. He doesn't just coexist with you out of habit or convenience. He notices your absence, he waits, he worries, and when you return, he heals. Not with words, not with dramatic gestures, but with soft paws, slow blinks, familiar purrs, and routines that say, without a sound, "You matter to me." These 9 signals, from following you room to sleeping on your clothes, to needing like a kitten again, are all ways your cat is trying to tell you, "You are my safe place." It's easy to overlook these moments in the rush of daily life, but if you slow down, observe, listen in their language, you'll discover that your cat has been speaking to you all along. And what they're saying is not just, "I missed you." It's something even deeper. "I trust you with my heart." If this video helped you see your cat in a new light, please consider giving it a like. It really supports the channel. And if you'd love to understand your cat even better, hit that subscribe button for more insights every single week. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own cat? Tell us in the comments. Your story might help another cat lover realize they've been loved all along. Until next time, stay close, even when you're far, because for your cat, you are home.